Workman's weightlifting, workman's Oli. The case against perfection in favor of the press. The weightlifting culture I've seen here in America is very yuppie. It involves only the highest and top of the line illegal barbells. It involves only bumper plates. And the gym you lift at costs $100 a month, and it's even more with that mandatory, in their eyes, coaches programming. It needn't be that way. You can apply other philosophy to it. You can make it blue collar. You can take a hint out of Giravoy. Giravoy? Kettlebell. Kettlebell wants it to be for every man. And I feel that weightlifting should be for every man. See, you can spend a lot of money to go to a gym. You could also go to the sporting goods store and buy a 300-pound weight set. That 300-pound weight set could be your entire gym for the rest of your life, for your kids' life, passed down to your grandkids, and make it to their kids. You could go multiple generations on one barbell if you needed to, if you wanted to. Oli has that yuppie culture. It has form work, hour upon hour of form work. Here's what I say. Get your form good enough that you won't get hurt or injured. That's all you need. How old are you again? I'm 29. I've never competed on an international or a national stage in weightlifting. I haven't. I highly doubt I'm going to. Are you? If you're not, you don't need the perfect circumstances that lead to that. And even that might be a lie. You can hear of anecdotes of the Bulgarian National Center when Bulgaria was winning every single gold. And you hear that their training facility had broken windows, no heat, no AC. There was a video about a decade ago online of an African national team lifting in a dirt lot with potholes all over it. And they just threw plywood down over those potholes and kept doing their cleans and snatches. Simple. Put in the work. You don't need Oli shoes. You don't need the perfect gym, the perfect bar, the perfect plates. You want to get strong? Go get strong. You want to do an Olympic variant? Do an Olympic variant. You don't have to do full squat snatches, full squat cleans. You can do it workman style. You can do it as a power clean, a power snatch. You can have ugly form. Remember that guideline. If you're not going to get hurt or injured, it's good enough. I catch my cleans with a straight arm. Wrist might even bend back a little. Might hold strong. Depends on the rep. My wrist, my shoulder, my elbow, they're all rugged enough that I can get away with that. So, I don't put in the time to have a proper catch. I don't need to. I'm not going to be competing internationally. And I'd rather just lift. My form's good enough for that. And that's another thing. If you're not competing at that international level, you're free. You're free to use whatever variant you want. It needn't be the full squat versions. It can be the power versions. It can be purposefully ugly. I pull a lot of my reps straight-legged. Straight leg clean, straight leg snatch. Sounds absurd, but hey, it makes it more muscularly demanding. I'll do a lot of my cleans with a bent back, rounded, with a fully rounded back. Why? I'm not going to get hurt, so the form's workable to me. And that makes it more muscularly demanding. I almost look at it as if I'm doing bodybuilding with weightlifting. I'm not weightlifting. It's something different. It's my version. I don't bother doing the jerk. I clean, but I clean into presses. And I barely ever power snatch. I'll do a handful of singles from time to time if the mood strikes. Generally, I do a lot of kettlebell snatch. I've been doing more kettlebell snatch the last 8 months than barbell. Just the shift that happened. You use what you use, and I've been more into kettlebell, having a handful of them, than the barbell, which I've had more training history with. I like the kettlebell snatch. Feeds in nicely. It's a way to get in a lot of work. Barbell snatching, as I said, I do some singles, and I tend to do the Isabel WOD, scaled back to 95 pounds. I like doing a lot of power snatches in a brief period of time. But weightlifting, my version, that blue collar workman's version, I lift outside, particle board, rubber patio tiles. Most of the year I lift barefoot, put on whatever shoes. I'll wear work boots, I'll wear snow boots. It don't really matter to me. I'm not doing this at a high end, high level. I'm doing it at I'm a nobody. I'm doing it at the nobody's level. But I'm doing it to be the strongest nobody I can. So that means if I want to get better at pulling, I'll snatch. If I want to get bigger, stronger, put on a nice set of shoulders, and it did put on a nice set of shoulders for me, I press. I clean once, most of the time per set, and then I do AMRAPs and presses. It's rare for me to press less than 5 or 6 reps in a set. Most of my sets are in the 8 to 12 range, but I do a lot of training too in the 15 and 20 rep ranges. This is muscularly involved, bodybuilding style, blue collar, far from the international level, best nobody you can be weightlifting.